Hello everyone, art enthusiasts and creative DIYers. Welcome to a journey of creativity and innovation. Today we delve into the mesmerizing world of resin art. Imagine a medium that allows you to capture the fluidity and dynamism of paint, but with a depth and gloss that gives your artwork a three-dimensional look. That's resin art for you. It's a fascinating form of artistic expression that's capturing the hearts of artists and DIY enthusiasts alike. Why, you ask? Well, with resin art, the possibilities are as boundless as your imagination. From creating vibrant abstract pieces that look like they've been plucked from a dream, to crafting functional art like coasters and trays that are as beautiful as they are practical, resin art offers a unique blend of creativity and versatility. It's a medium that encourages you to experiment, explore, and express yourself in ways you never thought possible. So, are you ready to unleash your creativity and dive into the mesmerizing world of resin art? Let's get started. Before we start our creative journey, we need to gather our tools and materials. The world of resin art is akin to a symphony, where each instrument has a role to play, and the music is the breathtaking piece of art you create. First, you'll need epoxy resin and hardener. These two are the stars of the show, creating the glossy, glass-like finish that is characteristic of resin art. The epoxy resin is the base, while the hardener is the catalyst that causes the resin to cure and harden. Next up, we have pigments and additives. These are your paints, the colors you will use to breathe life into your resin art. You can find a wide variety of pigments, from solid colors to glitters and metallics, each offering a unique effect. To mix your resin and pigments, you'll need mixing cups and stir sticks. And don't forget the gloves. Resin can be a sticky business, and you want to keep your hands clean and safe. Speaking of safety, let's not forget the importance of protective gear. A respirator mask is essential when working with resin, as it produces fumes that should not be inhaled. Safety goggles will protect your eyes, and a protective apron will keep your clothes free from spills. Working with resin also requires proper ventilation. Make sure you're in a well-ventilated area or use a fan to keep the air moving. This will help disperse the fumes and ensure a safe working environment. Substrates, or the surfaces you'll be pouring your resin on, are another essential. These can range from canvas to wood to glass, each providing a different effect. The choice of substrate can significantly affect the final look of your piece, so choose wisely. Finally, you'll need a heat gun or torch. This tool is not just for show, it's vital for popping any bubbles that may form in your resin and helping to spread and manipulate the resin on your substrate. Now that we have our tools and safety measures in place, we are ready to make some magic. The first step in our creative process is to mix and prepare the resin. This is where the magic begins. Think of resin as a clear, viscous substance that, when mixed with a hardener, transforms into a solid, glossy finish. It's the perfect medium to encapsulate colors, textures, and forms in a way that no other art medium can. So how do we prepare this magical substance? Well, it's a two-part process involving resin and a hardener. These two components need to be mixed in precise proportions, typically a 1-to-1 ratio. But remember, accuracy is key here. An imbalance can lead to curing issues like a sticky or uneven finish. To mix, pour equal parts of resin and hardener into a clean, dry mixing cup. Stir gently but thoroughly for about 3 to 5 minutes. The goal here is to achieve a consistent, bubble-free mixture. Patience and a steady hand are your best friends during this process. Now let's add some color to our resin. This is where pigments and additives come into play. You can use special resin pigments, acrylic paints, alcohol inks, or even metallic powders. The possibilities are as diverse as the colors of the rainbow. However, avoid adding too much pigment, as it can affect the resin's ability to cure properly. Selecting the right substrate is equally important. Resin can be poured on almost any surface, from canvas and wood to glass and ceramics. Each substrate can give a unique look to your artwork, so feel free to experiment. Lastly, before we start pouring, let's talk about safety. Always work in a well-ventilated area and wear safety gear like gloves and respirators. Resin is a beautiful medium, but it can be harmful if not handled correctly. Now that our resin is ready, it's time to pour our heart and soul into our artwork. A world of creativity awaits us in the next stage of this resin art journey. Let's dive in, shall we? Pouring the resin is where the magic truly happens. It's the moment your piece transitions from a concept to a tangible work of art. Let's delve into the world of pouring techniques, each offering a unique aesthetic and charm. First up, we have the dirty pour. Sounds a bit messy, doesn't it? Well, it's not about making a mess, but about creating a symphony of colors swirling together. In a dirty pour, you mix different colored resins in one cup before pouring it onto your canvas. The result? A mesmerizing blend of colors dancing together in an abstract ballet, each pour unique as a fingerprint. Next, we have resin geodes. This technique is inspired by the natural beauty of geode rocks. You pour resin in concentric circles or in an irregular pattern, mimicking the appearance of these geological wonders. With the right pigments and additives, you can create a piece that sparkles and shines just like a real geode. Lastly, we tackle resin cells. This technique creates beautiful cell-like structures on your artwork, adding depth and a sense of movement. Here, silicone oil is your best friend. When mixed with resin and torched lightly, it rises to the surface, creating these captivating cells. But remember, with great power comes great responsibility. While pouring, you may encounter challenges like bubbles or uneven surfaces. Don't fret. For bubbles, a quick pass with a heat gun can pop them right out. Uneven surfaces? Make sure your workspace is level before you begin pouring, and rotate your piece during the curing process to ensure an even finish. With these pouring techniques, the creative possibilities are endless. From vibrant abstract pieces to functional resin coasters and trays, there's no limit to what you can create when you master the pour. So keep experimenting, keep exploring, and most importantly, keep pouring. The world of resin art is at your fingertips, waiting to be discovered. Our masterpiece is almost ready, but not quite yet. The final stage of our resin art journey is all about refining and perfecting, where we bring in the curing and finishing touches. So let's dive right in. Firstly, we must allow our piece to cure properly. This is when the resin hardens, transforming from a liquid to a solid state. It's like watching a caterpillar metamorphose into a butterfly, each moment bringing it closer to its final form. This process can take anywhere from 24 hours to several days, depending on the thickness of your pour and the type of resin used. Patience is key here, my friends. Once the resin is fully cured, we move on to sanding. This might seem a bit counterintuitive, right? After all, we've just poured our hearts into creating this glossy masterpiece. But trust me, it's a necessary step to achieve that professional, high-gloss finish. We start with a coarse grit sandpaper to smooth out any uneven areas or drips, then gradually move to finer grits, polishing as we go. It's like smoothing out the rough edges of a diamond, revealing its true brilliance. After sanding, it's time for the final polish. This is where the magic really happens. Using a polishing compound and a soft cloth, we buff the surface until it shines like a mirror. Imagine the sun's first rays hitting a calm sea. That's the kind of shine we're aiming for. Now remember, perfection is not the goal here. It's all about expressing your own unique style and creativity. Don't be afraid to experiment, explore, and push the boundaries of what's possible. You might just surprise yourself with what you can create. And there you have it. With a little patience, some elbow grease, and a lot of love, we've transformed a simple mix of resin and pigment into a stunning piece of art. And voila! Our masterpiece is complete. We've taken the first step into the world of resin art, but our journey is far from over. It's a world full of color, creativity, and endless possibilities. Think about the renowned artists who've made their mark with this medium, their pieces radiating with vibrancy and depth. Or consider the DIY enthusiasts just like us who've created stunning pieces of art from their very own kitchen tables. The magic of resin art lies in its versatility. Whether it's a vibrant abstract masterpiece or a functional coaster for your morning coffee, the possibilities are as limitless as your imagination. But remember, every artist was once an amateur. It's all about experimenting, exploring, and developing your unique style. So don't be afraid to make mistakes and learn from them. If you enjoyed this journey into the world of resin art and want to see more videos like this and wish for other art lovers and enthusiasts as yourself to see this video, don't forget to leave a like, share, and subscribe for more exciting videos. Also leave a comment on what other art forms you would be curious to know about. Until next time, keep creating and exploring.